Welcome back to Kinh Doanh 101. I'm your host, Thuy Phan. Facebook, Instagram, Yelp, these are social media platforms that younger entrepreneurs grew up with, but can be foreign entities for those who are a little bit older. They are tools that can serve to promote your business and presence without costing you much money. The key is to make sure you use it and in the right way. Many times small businesses fail not because they don't have a good product, but because they don't have enough people aware of the goods and services they provide and go under the radar. That's why marketing is paramount to making sure your business moves forward and grows. In addition to the digital ad space, one very practical way to market a small business is through the USPS's EDDM program, or Every Door Direct Mail. It is a program that allows businesses to create and send flyers that can be delivered without having to buy a database of information and also being able to target a specific geographical area.
Well, EDDM is an acronym for Every Door Direct Mail, and it's derived from the idea that we are in every door, and it's direct, and it's through the mail system. You get a physical piece of mail through the program. It's primarily designed for people that want to attract and retain customers, people who are in business, such as realtors, restaurants, and a variety of companies that want to expand their business. And they've had great success using it because it is easy to use, it is simple, and the best part about it is relatively inexpensive. In fact, the postage on it is about 18 cents per piece.
This is especially useful for businesses such as restaurants and salons who rely on local customers to frequent their business.
This is a quick way to reach several or numerous of customers in certain neighborhoods. So the local pizza store or the pizza parlor can send out a mailing to offer coupons or specials or offers to certain neighborhoods that's close by. This is an opportunity for us as the Postal Service to offer businesses a way to grow their business.
Kim Lee, who's the owner of Select Printing, says she helps many customers looking to promote their business by printing flyers and suggesting EDDM.
Okay, whenever the clients come into the counter, and we will ask them, how can I help you? And then if they say something, they want special promotion to the local area, so we suggest them to use EDDM. We can show them some sample like this if they want to send out the postcard like this to promote their business.
There are certain size requirements people need to be aware of, but coupons or other mailers are an effective way of doing local business marketing.
Not many people they know about EDDM. I suggest them, ask them what they need for their business, and I suggest them to use EDDM if they know they want to focus to local clients. So, because I know EDDM, it has very low rate, and it can target to the neighborhood area.
The perks include a postage rate of 18 cents per mailing piece.
I feel that the Every Door Direct Mail, to have the actual piece of mail or the actual piece of coupon in their hand is major. A lot of companies do offer stuff on the internet or sales on the internet, but with this, it's something that a lot of old school customers use. They'd rather have the coupon in their hand. They'd rather walk into the businesses and say, this is what you offered and this is what I have.
There is only one mailbox, and people trust it. And we go to every mailbox 6 days a week, rain or shine. So it is very useful for those who want to reach out and effectively touch people, make a business connection, offer services through a trusted media such as mail through the U.S. Postal Service. So the benefit is, number one, trustworthiness, name recognition. Number two, people still spend time with mail. We have something called a mail moment. People actually spend 7 to 8 minutes looking through their mail every day, and they find it valuable time. So this is something that is a ritual almost for many Americans, but it is something that we find very effective and impactful in reaching out to people. Because let's face it, today with the phones and digital devices that we have so many, people don't even look at it. But with the mail, we don't inundate you with it, and when you do get it, it's a very nice touch. It's like getting a card from grandma at Christmas.
When businesses scale up, they can look into bulk EDDM, which further reduces their costs but increases their reach.
The difference between EDDM retail and EDDM bulk mail is that you actually pay a cheaper price depending on how many pieces you mail. With the EDDM bulk mail, there is a $225 fee for a permit imprint number that has to be printed in an indicia on your mail piece. And then there is also the $225 bulk mail fee, which is an annual fee. And you always have to mail a minimum of 200 pieces when you're mailing bulk mail. If you qualify your mail at the bulk mail rates, you're actually going to pay a cheaper price. The price is $15.7, whereas if you're mailing EDDM retail, it's $17.8. So you're saving a couple cents. But you also need to mail a certain amount of pieces in order to recoup that $450 fee that you pay in the beginning to be able to come through the back door in bulk mail.
You can also use the EDDM mapping tool to choose the zip code and carrier route that will target your best possible customers for current and future use.
They have different options. Like all these is EDDM is all different size. Like this one 8.5 by 11. 8.5 by 11. See, like you can see this newsletter. We can even put a lot of things in here. This is very. You can put another stuff in here in the envelope. This is 8.5 by 11, and this one is 6.25 by 11. They have variable size.
Processing EDDM works easy. The customer comes in. When they ask for EDDM, we usually ask them what address they would like to target. And they could enter an address on the website or just by zip code. And then from the zip code that they provide or address, they could choose a mile radius routes that the post office offers the service to. And keeping that in mind, each route they select, they can select from residential, target residential areas or business and residential areas. And they will give you a rundown of what the average income for those areas are if you're targeting real estate, and also to the ages of the people living in that area. So after you choose your routes, your quantity comes up. You can't go over your quantity that you're printing, so they give you a total amount of pieces that you're delivering in those 3 routes, and it highlights for you the 3 routes that you have chosen. If you're comfortable with that, your total amount is here. You process the paperwork and the drop-off date. When do you plan to drop it off? Usually takes 2 to 3 days once the drop-off is made at the post office.
EDDM pieces must be bundled a certain way to be accepted and dropped off, and it can either be done on your own or the local printer can provide that service.
Well, we have our mailing office and EDDM consultants will help you with the mailing requirements, so that to make sure that it is put on the right side, the indicia is in the right place, the postage is done correct. And it's also, as you will see, there are bundling requirements and identification purposes and where to drop it off and those sorts of things.
Next, you can select your routes and use the EDDM mapping tool where you think your customers live. Next, create a mail piece by choosing the right type and size mail piece for EDDM advertising. From there, choose a clean design with a clear message. Offering a discount with your campaign helps bring in new customers. Then find a printer and choose your drop-off date. After that, start preparing your mailing bundles. Pair them in stacks of 50 to 100 mail pieces. After that, fill out a processing form and pay for postage online or at the post office. Finally, submit your mailing and you're done.
If people are not interested, it just keeps it very minimal. There's no forwarding of the piece of mail. There's no return to sender of the piece of mail. It's just a piece of mail that we provide that has a lot of information, and it is a simple piece of mail. It doesn't have names, it doesn't have addresses. So I think it's important for businesses to know, you don't have to have a mailing list. It's just a simple way to say, send it to 500 customers in this zip code. I think that's major about it, that how geographically it's set up and how it reaches customers in geographical areas.